Oh, fish on! Oh, did you guys see that? Oh, sorry folks, I wasn't sure if I was filming and I totally turned it on and off a couple of times. Let's see if this is a rainbow or a brown. Let's get him over here. Man. Actually, let's land him over here on this beach. Oh man, he choked it. Alright folks, you asked me to do shore fishing videos and you wanted more trout videos. Well, here you go. That's a nice one to start. Oh man, you think he wanted that spinner? Alright, luckily it came unhooked easy. Oh man, that is a gorgeous fish. Oh man. That is one beautiful, oh man, it's bleeding. Let's get it back in the water. ASAP. Oh. Oh. Jesus, I was trying to let it revive, but it was ready to go. Alright folks, so we're here shore fishing at the mouth of a creek. And I'm using, I forget what weight this is, but this is a Terminator titanium spinnerbait. And when you throw these little, or titanium inline spinner, and when you throw these, especially on spinning gear, if you don't use a swivel, you're going to get, or a snap swivel, you're going to get some really bad line twists. So always use a swivel. And I'm throwing that on my Dobbins Fury 703. So the bass fishing rod, but I don't really own any trout gear. So any trout and salmon fishing videos I'm going to do, until I at least get some gear, is going to be with bass gear. And I'm throwing that in a Fuego 2000 SH. And that's spooled with 10-pound braid to 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. Alright, let's see if we can get some more. Alright, so when you have limited area to fish, you guys always want to fan cast. So you're going to have to make repeated casts, but you're going to want to keep switching areas. So make a cast and then cast again a few feet to either side and just try to cover water. And trout don't really like to sit around, they like to move around a lot, so you might get into a little flurry of them now and then there might be some slow periods. But from my experience, when you're fishing from shore for trout, you're making an ungodly amount of casts, and I absolutely cannot stand fishing with power bait and just sitting there waiting. I always got to be casting and reeling, so this is my preferred way to catch these trout. Alright folks, so now I'm burning a lipless crankbait to try to trigger a reaction strike. I'm not sure if I'll have to bite or if I hit something underwater, but you know, believe it or not, that must have been some weeds. It's running sideways. Yep. So a lot of conventional trout lures will work, but I actually have had way more success catching trout on bass lures, both when I have and have not been targeting them. If you've seen my older videos, you'd know that, you know, throwing a crankbait is my favorite way to catch a trout. And sometimes in the fall, when I'm just moving spots and trolling a deep diving crankbait for bass, so a lot of the times I'll get bit by trout and catch bigger trout than the average size that most people will be catching on conventional trout lures. So make sure you always try to mix it up. Oh, I just got bit right there. I watched him hit it too. That was awesome. Man, I bet he got a little taste of the hook. Oh, fish on. Fish on. this is another, let's see what kind of trout this is. What is that? Is that a bass? Oh my gosh, it's a bass. I did not think a bass would be in this creek with the water as cold as it is. Alright, how about that, folks? Going after trout and catching a little bass. Oh look, he's hanging out. Oh, there he goes. Oh, come on. Oh! Fish right away. What is this? It's another bass or is it a trout? Oh my gosh, it's another largemouth. It's even smaller than the first one. How does a trout fishing trip turn into a largie trip? Downsize my bait a little bit. Smaller Terminator spinnerbait with a gold blade. Look at that. Nice little largie. Let it go.